In one of Riyadh's elite neighborhoods, Layla appeared a Saudi girl so beautiful and hot. Slim waist and hourglass body, it felt unnatural. People thought she was an angel descended from heaven. Her green eyes sparkled like rare emeralds, and her black hair shimmered like silk under the moonlight. Every man chased her, and every woman hated her. Layla, in a flirtatious whisper, "I don't chase men, they chase me. But maybe, just maybe, I'll choose you." Every man who fell in love with Layla died within days. An accident, even suicide. No one knew the truth. Then came Rashed, a successful businessman in his 40s. Handsome, wealthy, used to getting what he wanted. But he wasn't ready for Layla. Layla, softly laughing, Rashed. "When you touch me, something strange happens. Do you feel it?" Rashed, confused. "Are you a witch? Or am I just enchanted?" Layla, pulling her lips closer, "I'm a curse. But sometimes curses taste sweet, don't they?" Rashed began noticing strange things. Sounds at night, terrifying dreams, and Layla's ex-lovers appearing in mirrors. But every time he tried to leave, Layla pulled him back with a word, a touch, a glance. Layla, in a seductive voice, "Why are you running? Didn't you say you love me? Does real love scare you?" Rashed, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of myself around you." One night, he found himself alone in Layla's villa. The door locked behind him, Layla, laughing. Finally, the ending begins. Rashed, looking around in fear. "Whose ending?" Layla whispers. "Yours, my love." 3 days later, Rashed was found dead in his room with a black rose placed on his chest. The police found no evidence, just a single black rose. As for Layla, she is now in London, hunting her next victim. In one of Dubai's most exclusive hotels, Amira appeared, an Emirati woman so captivating, it seemed otherworldly. Guests whispered that she must be royalty, descended from ancient desert queens. Her amber eyes glowed like molten gold, and her chestnut hair cascaded like silk, catching the light of crystal chandeliers. Every man desired her, and every woman envied her. Amira, with a coy smile playing on her lips, whispered, "I don't pursue men, they pursue me. But perhaps, just perhaps, I'll choose you." Every man who became entangled with Amira vanished within days. A mysterious disappearance, a sudden illness, even a fall from a balcony. The truth remained elusive. Then came Khalid, a powerful oil tycoon in his late 40s, charismatic, affluent, accustomed to having the world at his feet. But he was unprepared for the storm that was Amira. Amira's laughter tinkled like fine crystal as she leaned in close. Khalid, when our skin touches, something electric happens. Can you sense it? Khalid's brow furrowed, a mix of desire and unease in his eyes. "Are you some kind of sorceress? Or have I simply lost my mind to your charms?" Amira's lips brushed his ear, her voice a silken purr. "I'm a curse. But darling, aren't curses sometimes the sweetest poison?" As days passed, Khalid began experiencing unsettling phenomena. Whispers in empty corridors, nightmares that left him drenched in sweat, and fleeting glimpses of familiar faces in the hotel's ornate mirrors. Yet each time he resolved to distance himself, Amira reeled him back in with a sultry glance, a feather-light caress, a promise whispered in the dark. "Why do you keep running, my love?" Amira's voice dripped with seduction and danger. "Didn't you swear your heart belonged to me? Is true passion too intense for you to handle?" Khalid's voice trembled, betraying his inner turmoil. It's not you I fear, Amer da. It's the man I become when I'm with you. One fateful evening, Khalid found himself alone in Amira's opulent suite, the sound of the lock clicking shut behind him echoing ominously. Amira's laughter filled the room, dark and rich like bitter chocolate. At last, the finale unfolds. Khalid spun around, his eyes darting to every shadow. What finale? What game are you playing, Amira? Her whisper caressed his skin like a cold breeze. Yours, my beloved. 3 days later, Khalid's lifeless body was discovered in his penthouse, a single black orchid resting on his chest. The authorities were baffled, finding no trace of foul play. Only that haunting ebony bloom. As for Amira, she had already vanished, leaving behind nothing but whispers and the scent of exotic perfume. Rumors placed her in Paris, her gaze already fixed on her next conquest. The luxury hotel buzzed with gossip and speculation. Staff members spoke in hushed tones about the mysterious woman who had captivated everyone's attention during her brief stay. Some claimed she was a princess in disguise, others insisted she was a professional con artist. But none could deny the trail of broken hearts and shattered lives she left in her wake. Detective Zayed Al-Mansouri was assigned to the case, his sharp mind already piecing together the puzzle. He interviewed countless witnesses, each painting a slightly different picture of the enigmatic Amira. The concierge remembered her extravagant requests, always delivered with a smile that never quite reached her eyes. A bartender recalled how she would sit alone at the bar, sipping champagne and observing the room like a predator sizing up its prey. As Zayed delved deeper, he uncovered a pattern stretching back years. Cities across the Middle East and Europe had all experienced similar incidents, wealthy men falling under the spell of a bewitching woman, only to meet tragic ends soon after. The details varied, but the essence remained the same: a black flower left as a calling card. Meanwhile, in a dimly lit Persian cafe, Amira sat poised like a queen holding court. Her latest target, a French diplomat, hung on her every word, oblivious to the danger lurking behind her mesmerizing smile. She toyed with a delicate black orchid, its petals as dark as the secrets she kept. You know, Amira mused, her voice a hypnotic melody. They say that in ancient times, flowers were used to send secret messages. Each bloom had its own meaning, its own story to tell. The diplomat leaned in, enchanted. And what story does your flower tell, ma chérie? Amira's eyes glittered with hidden mirth. Oh, this one? It speaks of passion, and endings. Back in Dubai, Detective Zayed stood in Khalid's penthouse, studying crime scene photos. Something about the black orchid nagged at him, a memory just out of reach. He recalled an old case file, buried in the archives, mentioning a similar flower found at the scene of an unsolved murder decades ago. As he pieced together the clues, a chilling realization dawned. The woman they were hunting wasn't just a skilled manipulator. She was something far more dangerous, perhaps not even human. How else could she have maintained her youth and beauty across so many years, leaving a trail of destruction in her wake? In Paris, Amira led her besotted diplomat through the winding streets of Montmartre. The city of love had become her playground, each cobblestone street holding the promise of another conquest, another life to be consumed. Tell me more about yourself, the diplomat pleaded, desperate to unravel the mystery that was Amira. She laughed, the sound both alluring and slightly cruel. Darling, a woman must keep some secrets. Isn't the unknown what makes life exciting? As they ascended the steps to Sacre Coeur, Amira paused, her gaze sweeping over the city lights below. For a moment, a flicker of something ancient and terrible passed across her face. Gone so quickly, the diplomat questioned if he had imagined it. Paris is beautiful, Amira murmured, but it lacks the raw power of the desert. The heat that can drive a man mad with thirst. The mirages that taunt and seduce. The diplomat, entranced, failed to notice the dangerous glint in her eye. Then let me quench your thirst, my desert rose. Amira's smile was razor sharp. Oh, but it is I who will quench your doubt permanently. As the investigation in Dubai intensified, Detective Zayed found himself drawn into a world he never knew existed. He consulted historians, folklorists, even a reluctant practitioner of the occult. Each conversation left him more unsettled, painting a picture of an entity that had haunted the region for centuries. Some spoke of a jinn, a creature of smokeless fire that could take human form. Others whispered of an ancient curse born from a scorned lover's dying breath. Whatever the truth, Zayed knew he was no longer dealing with an ordinary criminal. In his office, surrounded by case files and grainy surveillance photos, Zayed stared at the image of Amira captured on a hotel security camera. Despite the poor quality, her otherworldly beauty shone through, a siren's call even in pixelated form. What are you? Zayed muttered, tracing the outline of her face. And how do I stop you? As if an answer, his phone buzzed with an alert. Another body had been found, this time in a luxurious Parisian hotel suite. The victim, a prominent French diplomat. The calling card, a single black orchid. Zayed booked the next flight to Paris, knowing he was racing against time. How many more would fall victim to Amira's deadly allure before he could unravel the mystery? As the plane soared over continents, Amira stood on a balcony overlooking the Seine, a glass of blood-red wine in her hand. She smiled to herself, savoring the thrill of the hunt, the intoxicating power she held over men's hearts and souls. Come find me, detective, she whispered to the night air. I do so love a challenge. The game was far from over. In fact, it had only just begun.